Good morning. As CTV's News 1 and other specialty channels are launched today, several Canadian broadcasters have taken to the air with complaints. Documents filed with the Canadian Radio, Television and Telecommunications Commission accuse the cable industry of unfair practices. These include demanding upfront payments for cable access, preferential treatment for cable licenses owned by cable companies, and last-minute notice of channel number changes. CRTC officials say they are investigating the charges.
This is CFTO TV, Channel 9, Toronto.
Well, it's your basic Friday today.
No, it's not.
It is so.
It's a very exciting Friday today.
This is Super Friday around here today, and we are glad you're here.
I'll tell you why. The Prime Minister is going to be here. As you know, yesterday, of course, he and his wife and Lucienne Bouchard and the Lieutenant Governor of Quebec were among the mourners at the sad service in Saint Bernard-de-Beauce. But the Prime Minister will be here this morning for a happy occasion, which is the launching of CTV News 24-hour headline channel. It's called News 1. On the air in an hour. You can watch it happen live.
Your news brief. CFTO TV, your #1 news station. Brought to you in part by the 1997 Chrysler minivan. You can pass through it, but you can't pass it up.
Good morning, I'm Tim Weber, and here are some of the stories we're following for you in the CFTO newsroom. It's Friday morning, October the 17th, and the CFTO forecast. It's going to be a pretty nice day. Sunshine, a few cloudy periods, continuing on the cool side, though. The high today, 13 degrees, falling to 0 tonight. It's 5 at the lake right now. And here now is the Chrysler Dealer Road Report. It's a busy Friday morning rush hour, especially for commuters coming in from Durham region. 401 in Kennedy we're looking at here. Westbound, as you can see, is very heavy. It's jammed actually from Morningside through the construction at Kennedy, picks up around Victoria Park, and then slows down again at Leslie. Westbound lanes on the left of your screen here now. This is all courtesy of the MTO Compass Camera Network. Westbound 401, slow off and on, then from Pickering right through Bayview all the way to the airport.
Good morning. Friday, October 17th, and we'll pull out this camera to reveal. We've got a heck of a day going here, you might say.
Very special guest. The Prime Minister of the country, Jean Chrétien, joins us this morning to help put News 1 on the air.
I'm Jed Kahane at CTV's brand new bureau in Calgary, where we'll be bringing you all the big stories from the prairies as soon as they happen.
Count on me to cover the political scene, the oil and gas industry.
We've got everything from salmon to lumber.
This is where we're going to ask the politicians all the questions that you want answered.
Whether news is breaking at the White House or anywhere south of the border.
Approaching 20 years in China, the tradition continues on News 1.
This is Canada AM's home here in Studio 2 in CFTO, the CTV affiliate in Toronto. The Prime Minister, we are delighted to announce, is with us today as we take a short walk.
Just like David Letterman does.
Down the hall.
Yeah,
but he is running.
He's always running down the hall, that's right. And he's got, you know, all obstacles in the way. But we've just got to make up room and things like that. And this is the little hallway we walk down when we head to work at the crack of dawn every day.
And the very first thing you see when you come into Studio 35, although there's only 7 in this
Whoa.
is Lloyd's desk. This is where Lloyd does the news every night.
Is that pretty impressive?
Yes.
You know Lloyd Robertson, don't you?
Yes. You know, he's been around as long as I've been around.
That's where he sits down every day and he says, today, Prime Minister Chrétien.
Anyway, we'd like to show you some of the equipment, so if you wouldn't mind coming this way, sir.
These people are here every morning, by the way, normally.
We have a dress code, you may notice.
Really?
There, we're headed this way. Oh, Sandy Ronaldo, perhaps you'd
how are you?
Minister.
Good morning, good morning. Hello, how are you? Nice to see you.
Good morning, Ms. Ronaldo.
Good morning.
This is John James, sir.
Hello, John. How are you?
30 years he's been here with CTV, and he's one of those magic guys who actually knows how to use all this high-tech stuff. And John,
I think it's all Canadian-made, by the way. Just Sony is a Canadian name.
Yeah, it's all Sony.
He's going to give us a little tour. What do you do here, John?
Well, this is a hybrid machine. It uses old technology, and it allows us to use some of the new technology as well. So what this device actually does, it allows you to record and play back information at the same time. If you were watching a hockey game, for example, you could have instant access. And here's a live camera now. If you look at it, instant access to this picture, easily mark these clips and play them back for instant
This is
playback.
us right now.
That's you there.
Talk and speak at the same time, and listen.
Holy man.
So you get all the replays there.
And there's there, as a matter of fact, am I playing back.
You're frozen here and not there.
Well, now it's live, so you can run it in a delay. So
But
you can actually play things back before they're finished being done, being recorded.
Because this is instant stuff now, and it's all
Absolutely
digital, and it's way more complicated than I can understand.
Does it work?
It works great. Well, it's a great product.
What's our clock say? Just over 10 minutes. It better all work, huh?
It'll be there. It'll be there.
Now, what all do you do with this, John?
Well, this is the control panel. It allows you to control both sides of the screen, and also, if you wish to play back, not that we do that in news very often, but play back in slow-mo. On this side here, you can slow-mo the events. From a news point of view, it's a great thing because you can be playing back an element on this side while a feed is coming in and have it instantly ready to be played back.
Okay, great. I guess you want more news.
I want to change up with you.
Well, please come. There's lots of room.
We'll be back. We're going to be back in a second. We'll take you on a tour over at the set. Wei Chan's waiting for us, and we'll go there. We'll be right back. You can watch in the morning. It's good for you.
Good morning. Welcome
Nice
to
see
my
you.
home.
Oh, that's your home. Pretty nice.
This used to be our home, actually, for Canada AM, but now News 1 takes over, and Way's going to give us a little tour.
Yeah, this is what our news VP calls the Canadian Shield means Blade Runner, and it kind of makes sense because everything's very high-tech. We've got monitors there being reflected on the plexiglass. Over here is our crack control room team. Wave hello to the Prime Minister. And here's my computer, which has got a slim line, which you won't see actually at the stores or anything. And I can check out all the updated news stories on the wires, find out what's happening today. Oh, there you are. Prime Minister Jean Chrétien participates in live launch of CTV's new 24-hour news channel.
Hey, you made the wires.
You're on the wires. This is where I can write too. And over here, now you're probably used to this because of your, you know, annual addresses and stuff like that. But have you ever had to do this yourself?
No, what is next?
Well, you have to operate this yourself. Now, there's a hand control, but I talk with my hands, so I prefer to use the foot pedal. Okay? So I don't know, you want to give it a go? You want to give it a go? It's just like driving a car.
It's okay.
And you can just do that like forward, yep. And there it is, Prime Minister Jean Chrétien.
Can you read that, Chris?
Yeah. I know, so you can do it backwards too. Yep, if you want to catch up. There we go. What do you think?
That's pretty neat.
Do you want to read it?
He can go back. You can read the Wall Street Report.
Prime Minister Jean Chrétien continued to distance the Liberal government from the Somalia affair. You know.
Oh, well, the one thing you've got to try, though, before you leave.
You know, we had an inquiry for 2 years. How about time to do the business?
I think those were the questions you were.
You know what? You can't go before you have a ride.
You going to give us a ride?
Because, as you know, the news comes from around the world, and it comes around the clock, so this desk revolves. Ready?
Yeah.
It's like being on the teacup ride at Disney World, eh?
Yeah.
Did you need gravel? No.
We should have it in the House of Commons.
I'm George Wolff in Toronto. See stories from Bay Street, the economic heart of Canada,
and the way we live here in the middle of the country.
Some of the stories we'll be covering include the Canadian agriculture industry. It's big business here in the prairies.
We'll be covering the 4 Atlantic provinces for CTV News 1.
Whether it's a daring search and rescue at sea or ordinary people finding solutions to everyday problems.
I'll be working out of the main newsroom here in Montreal.
Covering everything from the latest moves on the National Unity Front
to smoked meat and everything in between.
This is my friend Kojak. Together, we're going to be bringing you all of the top stories of the day from the Middle East.
Here I cover everything from politics to people and that great British obsession, the royal family, on CTV News 1.
Well, with just a minute to go, you can see the big clock. It's now 1:02, 1:01. Everyone knows that everyone at CTV News is in here all day long, including the big guy, we call him, Mr. Trust and Tradition. Lloyd Robertson with us this morning. And
very early.
Are you going to show the Prime Minister how to put us
I
on
am
the air?
indeed. Prime Minister, great to see you this morning.
Great to see you this
the last
morning,
time you and I talked in this room, you won the election a few months
thank
later.
you. So we'll be back in 4 years. You will still be there.
Will you still be running?
What are you stepping down?
I'm not quitting before you.
Okay, that's the deal. All right. What we're going to do here is press the button when the time comes, which is about 30 seconds from now, and we're going to ask the people in the room to start the countdown with us as we head into the big moment as the Prime Minister presses the button and News 1, CTV News 1 comes on the air for the very first time. So let's
Have you ever
get
seen
on to
so
the
many
count.
CTV employees in this
Never.
room?
I didn't know we had this many people working for us.
Do these people all work here?
Here we go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, go, Prime Minister.
Welcome to the inaugural broadcast of the CTV News 1 service. CTV News 1. News every 15 minutes.
From the National News Center, here is Wei Chen.
At least one auto plant, schools, and casinos are closed this morning as big labor shuts down the city of Windsor, Ontario. It's the latest in a series of protests against the province's Conservative government. CTV's Tom Walters is there.
Management personnel were on the job before dawn here at the Detroit-Windsor Tunnel. They are taking the tolls, doing a job that's usually done by unionized workers. But members of the CAW walked off the job overnight to take part in Labor's Day of Action here in Windsor. Also shut down our major car plants, along with the big casino here in Windsor and the city's schools, leaving as many as 60,000 students without classes today. Organizers say they expect as many as 30,000 people to take part in marches and a rally this afternoon. Tom Walters, CTV News, Windsor.